Death on Clare Island, Chapter 1. Is there ever a good time to find the lost, the dead, or the missing? This is my mantra. Maybe it's because of my own losses. Maybe it's just because this is just who I am. But I have always been for the lost souls. That morning, the sky rose beyond the sea in a luminous ultramarine palette, reminding me of Vermeer's Woman in Blue reading a letter. Treading the grassy path from the Clare Island Lighthouse bed and breakfast down to the harbor, I pictured my mother when she received a letter many years ago from Clare Island. "Look, Star, a letter from Ireland," she said, when she extricated the mail from the tiny slot with her long tapered fingers, her face lit up. "It's going to be a wonderful day." That's why I was on Clare Island, which perches over Clew Bay off Ireland's western Atlantic coast. I was searching for my mother. Squinting against the sun, I glimpsed a handful of people, adults and children alike, sprinkled along the beach. Picnic baskets, towels, and beach umbrellas dotted the sandy soil of the Blue Flag seashore. The Clare Island ferry bobbed in the water as the day tourists and returning residents moved between the boat and the stone dock. "Run!" someone yelled. "Hurry up!" yelled another. "Oh my God, he looks dead!" The words and cries reverberated up and down the mountain. Children abandoned shovels and pails. Women gathered the kids up and scampered away. Hands pointed frantically toward the beach. I jogged in that direction, nearly running past a man's body lying face down in the sand. Then someone in the crowd stepped forward and rolled him over onto his back. A large gash ran deep into his forehead. His blue eyes stared unblinking into the sky. Have you ever wondered what the dead would say if they could speak? Would they pick up where they left off? Would they whisper or shout with joy that their voice could be heard again? And what if the dead in question had been murdered? Would they plead for their life or try to change the words and deeds that led to the murderous moment? Would they admit their guilt and therefore be judged deserving of murder? Or would they pledge their innocence? "Must have gotten too close to the edge of the cliffs," I said, to no one in particular. The man who rolled the body over rummaged through the pockets of the corpse's jeans, presumably looking for any kind of identification. The crowd gasped when he yanked a cracked glass vial instead. Realizing I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, I spun around, intending to escape back to Clare Island Lighthouse where I'd been staying. But a burly farmer, gripping a scythe in his right hand, stepped in front of me. He must have been using the scythe in one of the nearby fields and forgot to drop it when he ran toward the beach. Given the circumstances, the image of the Grim Reaper flashed through my mind. "You should probably stay here, miss," the Grim Reaper told me in what sounded like a Bavarian accent, "until the Garde decide everyone can leave." Guards? I thought to myself. Oh, that's great. Ever since the police decided that my mother's disappearance was a case of child abandonment, I've never trusted them. Still, I'm not one to argue with a guy holding a scythe. I stayed put. I had no idea then that by doing so, I became involved in a series of events which would result in someone else's death. In reality, I would come to know that greed, blind love, and infatuation caused the death. But still, I feel guilty.